Hi everyone, Coach Eli here, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, please consider subscribing and then banging that bell, and then make sure you select all notifications so that way you won't miss a single thing. Also, make sure that you subscribe to my secondary channel, my live streaming channel. That's Coach Eli 2. Authentic live streams, the most positive place on the internet. Subscribe, bang the bell, select the notifications. The link is below in the description, or just go to youtube.com/Coach Eli 2 or at Coach Eli 2. Anyway, as you can see, I'm driving. I just completed an Uber Eats food delivery over here in San Carlos, California. There's a little small airport. I live in Redwood City, California, San Francisco Bay Area, in case you're new to following me. And heading back to my hotspot, but I felt the need to really do this video here on the way back, because today I want to talk about people that sell out for YouTube clicks, or people that sell out on YouTube and beyond. And I have seen so many people sell out on YouTube over the last 5 years, and it continues to get worse. And today I'm going to share why I feel it continues to get worse and how detrimental this is to the success of anyone that may be reaching temporary success selling out for YouTube clicks, right? So what really inspired me to do this topic? If you've been following me for a while, I've been doing gig economy work. Wow, this is really flooded right here. Got to be real careful. We've had some storms here lately. It's a beautiful day today, 63 degrees, but that was a puddle, but we're good now. If you've been following me for a while, I've been doing the gig economy for the last 2.5 months. I've been driving for Doordash and Uber Eats to bring in a little extra money. To help out my girlfriend that's moved in with me, since she can't work temporarily due to some medical issues that are treatable, and until she gets treated and released by her doctor, I need to bring in a little extra income to, help out with her stuff. And I have no problem doing that. Anyone that wants to give me shit about taking care of my lady because I love her, screw you, okay? Bottom line, screw you. I don't care, right? Because here's the funny thing. The people that actually talk smack about me taking care of my lady are doing the same thing for their ladies, right? It's comical how hypocritical a lot of people are on YouTube, right? Just to try to get those clicks, right? Okay? But I've been following many other content creators in the gig economy, because I've been trying to learn, tips and tricks on how to manage my time better, how to be more profitable doing the Doordash and Uber Eats thing, how to make the most amount of money in the least amount of time so I can have a quality of life, I can have a great work and personal life balance, right? And I came across this creator that I've talked about before, and I'll talk about him again because everyone's talking about him, Pedro Santiago. He has a channel that's called Pedro Doordash Santiago. He uses the word Doordash in his channel name in between his first and last name. Why? Because it gets him more SEO and clicks, right? So that was the reason why you did that, Pedro, initially. And Pedro's been driving for a couple of years, and up until about a month and a half ago or so, Pedro was all about sharing the best tips and tricks on how to, be a successful driver. He was catering his content more towards, the drivers, right? Well, all of a sudden, his channel blew up. His channel started to get more subscribers. He reached 40K subscribers, and he started to get more views. And in the month of January, he got the most views out of any gig economy YouTuber. They call them gig tubers, right? That's what the name is. They call people that create content in the gig economy gig tubers. That's funny, right? And the moment that happened, all of a sudden, Pedro, this is what I think happened. Pedro realized that, oh man, I'm getting a lot of traction now on every video I put out, so now I need to put out more content. Well, there's only so much content you can put out regarding the negative aspects of, being a Doordash or Uber Eats or any type of, gig app delivery driver, right? So in order to make more videos, which would be necessary to keep on getting those clicks since his channel, started taking off, he now had to start to create what's called fluffer content, right? And a lot of people have said, oh, Pedro has sold out to Doordash, he has sold out to, Uber Eats or whatever, right? And maybe that's true, maybe it isn't true. I honestly don't think they've offered him any contracts. Here's what I honestly think is going on. He is doing whatever he can to get as many views as possible on his channel right now while it's hot. Okay, so because his channel, started to get 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 views per video, and all eyes are on him, he has to continuously put out content to keep those people coming back, to keep getting those views. Well, like I said, when there isn't enough of the content that he was putting out, when there isn't enough of that content to be made that he was putting out, he now has to create other content. So he's decided to go the fluffer route, right? Which basically makes him appear like he's selling out, even if he really isn't. And that's the thing, Pedro. I don't know if you ever watch my videos, but it's not about people wanting to call you out, and maybe you really don't want to be a sellout, but you're coming off that way with the content you're creating. And any way you look at it, the content you're creating does make you come off selfish, because you're just doing it to create any piece of content, 1 or 2 pieces of content every day, so you can keep getting those high views and get ad revenue. It comes off very selfish. And I'm here to tell you folks, I'm back at my hotspot. If I get an order, I'll cut this off and splice it up. You know how that goes, right? I will tell you this, folks. I've seen many people sell out on YouTube for clicks. I've seen many people pretend to be something they're not for clicks. I've seen so much clickbait on here, right? And quite honestly, even if you get, some success from doing that, it's going to be temporary success, okay? You're going to ride the wave of maybe 2 weeks, a month, maybe 2 or 3 months. In some cases, you may get lucky and, ride the wave for 6 months or so, right? And for some people, maybe a little bit longer. But eventually, at some point, at one point or another, karma's going to catch up with you, and karma's going to bite you in the ass, and it's not going to be sustainable anymore, okay? If you're creating fluffer content, just to keep on getting more clicks, okay? People are going to eventually catch up to it. They're going to figure it out. They're going to stop following you, and karma's going to catch up to you, and you're going to be canceled. You're going to be canceling yourself, okay? One of the best things you can do is be humble and have empathy for people, right? This is the thing. With guys like Pedro, Doordash, Santiago, and other channels I've seen out here that have done certain things to get more clicks, right? Okay, is they try to make it come off like they really care about you, but all they do is all they really care about is themselves, right? And what they're not realizing is they're not coming off empathetic. And if you're not coming off empathetic in the videos you're creating, especially if you're trying to help people, right? Okay. Or let's say, you're like this Pedro guy who at one point, who is a Doordash and Uber Eats delivery driver, at one point was catering his content more towards helping the drivers, and now he's more so talking about the company programs. Like, listen, us drivers that know the system, right, and are truly independent contractors, we don't care about these programs that Doordash or Uber Eats is running. All we care about is getting a good order. And if the mile to dollar ratio, the dollar to mile ratio is profitable enough for us to take the order, and if it's a good restaurant or a good area to deliver to, all we care about is this delivery offer feasible and profitable. Nothing else. We don't care about acceptance rate. We don't care about, top dasher or any fluff like that. All we care about is taking profitable orders, making money as quickly as possible, and then having a quality work-life balance. That is it. Anything else is fluffer type of content. And when you create that fluffer type of content to keep your channel's momentum going, it comes off as selfish and not empathetic, right? Right? There have been some other creators out here on YouTube. There's this one guy that runs a couple channels. He runs the Doordash Sucks channel, and he runs the Gig Apps Exposed channel. Subscribe to both of those. I'll try to share them in the link, or try to put them in the description if I remember. If not, just type in Doordash Sucks and Gig Apps Exposed. This guy is phenomenal, right? And, he always says these channels create fluffer nutter content. And he always says that, guys like Pedro who say they're Mr. Bet on you, they aren't betting on you. Pedro's betting on himself. And it's true. And Pedro, even if you truly do care about other people, you're not coming off that way. This is not even about what you really are trying to do. Maybe you really do care, Pedro, but you got to understand, it's more about the perception of how you're coming off, not how you actually feel. Right? And I've struggled with this before in the past too, especially out here on YouTube. You got to be real careful, right? So you, in your head and heart, Pedro, and other people may truly have everyone else's best interest in your, hearts and souls. But if you come off like you lack empathy, that's how people are going to perceive you to be. And the perception is more important than the reality, right? Yes, realistically, you want to be a good person, right? But if you're perceived to be a fluffer nutter that has no empathy for other people, and you care more about yourself than the other people that are following you, then why should people follow you, right? If they're not getting value from you, they're going to stop following you, right? So the moral of the story is this, okay? Create content that's going to help the masses, and create content that is going to show empathy to other people. If you're successful at doing something, don't show off. Teach other people how to be as successful as you by being empathetic, by not trying to sell them a bunch of fluff. Like what another thing what Pedro used to do, he used to say, I've made $400. I made $400 in a day, and I made $2,000 in a week doing Doordash in St. Louis, right? And then he went to LA a couple weeks later, and he was like, wow, there's no way I can make this here. Of course not, because the market is different, right? It's harder to navigate through a big city downtown. Your area in St. Louis is probably all flat, no hills, and it's really easy to deliver stuff, and there are probably fewer drivers there, right? Well, try coming to California. Well, you did. You went to Southern California, but try coming to Northern California. I deliver to hills all the time. I've had some pretty crazy deliveries where I will never deliver again. Like one I did yesterday. I went up this, I went up this very narrow road that's very curvy, and it's been raining and a lot of tree branches fell down, and I had to hike the last quarter mile to get to this house and deliver to this place. And I actually even called Doordash. I chatted with Doordash and told them this is unsafe to deliver here in the future. And I barely was able to turn around. I found some little side road where I was able to back up and turn around so I could get out of this road, because there's barely enough room for one car to go in and out of this, it's a two-way road, but there's only room for one car. So, try coming to this area here. Or areas, that are more difficult to deliver, and do that, right? So, what I'm trying to say here is this: be honest with people. Don't try to overly fluff things. Don't try to take your success and use it as a selling point to get other people to, click on your videos and buy into you, kind of like what Pedro did, okay? Right? Especially if your success is not typical in most other areas, which Pedro already knew that. He was just using that to try to get clicks, right? Okay? Be honest with people, have empathy towards people, and lead by example, right? I come out here and lead by example. Yes, I'm a life coach, a business and personal success coach, right? And look at me. I'm out here because right now, you know, I need a little more income than what I'm bringing in through my other income sources. And I'm out here not ashamed to do Doordash and Uber Eats. And I'm out here working the grind. And I'm recording these videos from my car, right? From my car, right? And here's another thing before I go. I've been putting out a lot of videos lately. I've been doing a lot of live streams lately. I've been doing fewer videos. You know why? Because I've also learned that less is more, right? I've also learned that less is more. I don't have to put out 1 or 2 videos a day like Pedro does to be successful. I can put out 1 or 2 or 3 videos a week or less, right? Right? Because then the videos I do put out, people are going to miss me. They're going to be like, oh, where's Eli? What's he been doing? Well, I've been actually out busting my ass and working, unlike the people that put out videos almost every day that are just trying to get you to click on their, you know, videos, no matter what they put out, so they can make ad revenue, right? So that's that. I'm going to wrap up this video here. Haven't gotten an order. Not surprised. It's an okay start today. I've had a couple of okay orders. I've been out for about an hour and a half or so, almost 2 hours. And I want to make it clear to other people that have been waiting for me to go live on Coach Eli 2. There's another person out here that's been following me for a while, Whoosh Whoosh, or anyone else that's been waiting for me to go live. I'll do a live stream as soon as possible. I've just had a lot going on. Some changes are coming soon. My lady and I are changing some things around, and by the end of March or early April, things will be back on track to the point of where I will have more time to take or to do more live content and content from the studio. And I'll also be able to take some time off too. We'll share more about that down the road. So again, have yourselves a great day. Please like, share, subscribe here to my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias, Melas. Also, go below in the description, subscribe to my live streaming channel, Coach Eli 2, Authentic Live Streams, the most positive place on the internet. With that being said, have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.